This is all about you, isn't it?
Excuse me?
Maybe you do know, or maybe you were involved.
Excuse me? What's the question that you're asking me?
Or maybe you are guilty. You're also a published author, right?
Now you're just embarrassing me.
It means you're wicked smart, right? You changed their last names from Markel to Adelson, right? Why?
I was scared
Of what?
of someone coming to attack them.
Did you cause the death of Professor Dan Markel?
Absolutely.
Did you hire anyone to kill him?
I did.
Can you think of one person in this world that would actually hire two people to go kill Professor Markel other than your family?
Your Honor.
Miss Adelson, this is all about you, isn't it?
Excuse me?
This is all about you, right?
I was called to be a witness and I'm testifying. I don't understand the question.
Today we are watching the best trial attorney by far in any of the 3 trials involving the murder of Dan Markel. I'm speaking about Christopher DeCoste, and he's questioning Wendi Adelson on her potential involvement in the murder of her ex-husband.
Is it a question?
And it's all because of your failed marriage, right?
I disagree with that.
You disagree that your ex-husband is dead because of your family.
Yes, I disagree.
These jurors are here for weeks doing their civic duty because of your marriage, right?
No.
And Professor Markel, he was a great father, wasn't he?
He was a very good father, yes.
Those boys were his world, right?
As well as his work, yes.
What a little snot. Her young kids were her husband's life as well as his job. That's exactly what you want in a man.
And they adored him too, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Your husband at the time was in New York to give a presentation. You knew that, right?
I knew he was in New York. I didn't know if he was attending a conference or giving a presentation, but he was in New York for work.
Wendy's being questioned about how she notified Dan Markel that she wanted a divorce.
You text him at around 2:30 in the afternoon, right? Right before he's about to do the presentation.
I really don't remember.
But you do remember dropping the bomb on him, don't you? Telling him that you wanted a divorce.
So I did not drop a bomb on him. We'd been in therapy for several months beforehand where I told him several times I wanted a divorce.
In that phone call, he's begging you to reconsider. Please don't leave. Please don't break up our family, right?
He was very upset, yes.
He was heartbroken. I mean, upset indicates that there was anger. What he was heartbroken, right?
That I decided to divorce him after telling him I would, yes.
Despite being at NYU for a presentation, he rushes home. He gets on the next flight.
I honestly don't remember if he got on the next flight, but he did come home quickly.
2:30 he finds out in New York. By 11 p.m. he's walking in the door to your old house at Trescott Drive.
I don't know.
But you do know that when he walks in the house what he finds. You know that, right?
Yes, I left him the papers.
You left the divorce papers on the bed. Half the furniture was gone. A good amount of his stuff was gone.
Nothing of his was gone.
The boys' stuff was gone, right?
Some of the boys' things were gone. I'd taken enough so that I had for the boys, but no.
You were gone.
I was gone, yeah.
And so were his boys.
His boys were not gone. He saw them the next day, and they would not have been awake if he's coming home at 11 p.m.
There's nothing legally wrong with the passive-aggressive method she used to inform Danny. However, removing the children from the marital house without Danny's consent will definitely have legal ramifications.
Let's stay on topic here.
When he walks
in the door, the boys are not in the house, right?
Correct.
He may have seen them the next day, but you did not let him know where you were going to be staying with his boys.
With our boys? Yes.
So you agree with me that they're also his.
Of course they're his.
And he should be entitled to know where his wife is taking his children.
Absolutely.
That's not all you took, is it?
Excuse me?
You two had a joint checking account at Schwab, and you went into that account before you dropped the bomb, and you took out half of that account, right?
Correct.
Roughly $350,000.
Half, yes. Of our joint account.
$350,000.
I don't remember the amount, but yes.
You know that it was in the hundreds of thousands.
I really don't remember the amount, sir.
Is it that insignificant of a sum to you that you don't
I'm not saying
remember?
it's an insignificant sum. I'm saying I can't attest to the amount that was there.
You were unhappy in the marriage, right?
That's why I got divorced, yes.
And it happens. Marriages fall apart, right?
Yes.
But you complained constantly about it, didn't you? To anyone that would listen. You agree with me that you complained to the one person that would actually do something about it.
Charlie Adelson.
It's 8:30. I'd like to watch the basketball game. I'd like to work out with my girlfriend. I'd like to eat some Maine lobsters.
Charlie Adelson is Wendy's brother. He's a periodontist in Miami. His hobbies were eating Maine lobster and banging Asian women.
I don't understand what you're asking.
Your big brother, Charles Adelson, you complained to him about how bad Professor Markel was and how much you hated him and didn't want to be in a marriage with him.
I definitely talked to my brother about how unhappy I was in my marriage, if that's the question.
Government asked you about Charles Adelson. He's an intelligent guy, right?
He is smart.
He's both book smart and street smart, right?
I would say so.
You would say that he's a talker.
Chemistry is not that great in bed, by the way. You just put it in and just kind of go to town and talk about yourself.
He does like to talk.
You just put it in and talk about yourself.
He's got the gift of gab, so to speak.
I wouldn't say he has the gift of gab, but he does talk.
You would agree with me that he's also street smart.
I mean, I think he has common sense.
Who came up with the idea to kill Dan Markel?
Charlie. We were at a Halloween party. Right before we were about to go, he got in the car with me and he asked me a question.
This is Catherine McBanwell, one of Charlie's Asian girlfriends at the time.
What was the question?
Do you know anybody that can harm someone?
And did you know anybody that could harm someone?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Who was that?
Sigfredo.
You were stupid too. You brought a phone to do a murder, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you rent a car in your own name to come do a murder?
Yes.
Posted something on Instagram from Tallahassee while you were here?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened after you posted this picture of an owl on Instagram?
Garcia came and told me, hey, you need to take that shit down.
My definition of street smarts definitely doesn't include hiring unknown hitmen to kill my brother-in-law.
And that he lives life to a certain extent on both sides of the track. During the day, he's doing periodontal work, whatever that is, crowns, root canals, whatever that is. He's doing that during the day. At night, he's out with friends, he's buying drugs, he's living life on both sides of the track.
I don't know about that he's out buying drugs.
Can you think of one person in this world that would actually hire two people to go kill Professor Markel other than your family?
Yeah,
Ms. Adelson, please address me and answer the question.
It calls for an unbelievable amount of speculation.
What an unprepared, spoiled brat. She actually turned to the judge and said, Your Honor, implying that she shouldn't have to answer the question.
I'm responsible for coming up with, that's the prosecutor's duty, to figure out who's responsible.
You just said a moment ago, you disagree that Hitman killed Professor Markel. So my question to you is, if you're able to say, well, it wasn't Hitman, then who? Tell this jury. Who on this planet would have wanted to kill Professor Markel?
Donna Adelson.
I have no idea.
You're a smart person, right?
How am I supposed to answer that?
Well, let's go through your resume.
See, this is the problem with men. Those blue eyes and that fake personality tricked Dan Markel, who went to Harvard University.
Brandeis University. You graduated magna cum laude. If you could explain to the jury what that means.
I studied a lot and got good grades.
It means you're wicked smart, right? Very high GPA. You also went and you got a master's degree from the University of Cambridge. You were a Gates Scholar. You're also a published author. Right?
Now you're just embarrassing me.
Why are you embarrassed that you're a published author?
I don't like talking about myself.
To the women in our community that have sons, please teach them to not fall for that smile and that fake personality.
Oh. Is it because the book that you wrote discredited Tallahassee and spoke ill of it?
Wendy wrote a fictional book that was set in a fictional place that mirrored her entire life and showed her hate for the area. She didn't name the town Tallahassee, but it was something like Malamasy.
The book did not discredit Tallahassee. It wasn't about Tallahassee.
You're a smart woman, right?
I am a smart woman.
There's information about this case everywhere. You'd agree with me on that, right?
I'd been advised by my lawyer not to read it.
We're not talking about reading stuff. There's podcasts.
Also not to listen.
TV shows.
Also not to watch.
Articles.
Don't read.
And you made the decision, I'm not going to look at any of this stuff.
Correct.
I don't want to know what happened to the father of my two children.
Not I don't want to know what happened.
How can you say you love those boys if you don't care who killed the father that they loved?
Of course I care who killed the father that they loved.
Charlie Adelson.
Then why won't you look at the stuff?
I've been advised not to.
Are you afraid that when you look at it, you're going to realize that your brother did this?
I am not afraid of that.
You don't realize that you could be helpful in finally untangling this to give this jury the truth about what happened to Professor Markel?
I have been nothing but helpful since this started.
A lot of people believe the stuff Chris is referring to is a mirror. Other people believe that Wendy didn't have any knowledge of her brother planning to kill her ex-husband.
You are at the center of all this, but you won't look at anything to help in the process.
I've done nothing but help in this process.
Do you honestly expect this jury to believe that you haven't confronted your brother about all of this?
Yes, I do expect them to believe that I did not confront my brother because I didn't.
Or maybe you don't need to because you know the truth in this case. You already know it. That he went behind your back, right?
Did not happen.
Who came up with the idea to kill Dan Markel?
Charlie.
Did you know anybody that could harm someone?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Who was that?
Sigfredo.
At the time, what was your relationship with Sigfredo? He was the father of your children, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So were you dating both men at this time, or were you only dating
No,
Charlie?
I was only dating Charlie.
He's done that in the past where he's gone behind your back when you were having problems in a relationship and dealt with it himself.
No.
You understand that until you expose your brother what he did, that everybody's going to consider you as guilty.
What is the question that you're asking me?
You understand that until you expose your brother and explain what he did, that he went behind everybody's back, that he hired a hitman to murder your ex-husband, you'll remain guilty in the eyes of the world.
I can't speak to the eyes of the world. I can only know that I have done nothing wrong.
Or maybe you are guilty.
I am not guilty.
We're coming back to maybe you do know, or maybe you were involved.
Excuse me? What's the question that you're asking me?
I'm giving you a header of what we're talking about so that it will ease you in the question.
During the questioning, Chris referred to Wendy's attorney being some former big shot federal prosecutor. She is not prepared at all to answer these questions, and she's performing horribly.
Okay, I'm just telling you what the topic that we're on, so we'll get to a question. Now, just for context, Jeffrey Lacasse, he was also an FSU professor.
I was in love with this girl, man, so it's hard. She really has this charisma and this sexuality, and so, you throw yourself in front of a bus for this girl.
Nice guy, right?
And he's proof that the smarter they are, the more they think with the wrong head.
I don't think so now.
You told Jeffrey Lacasse that Charles looked into hiring a hitman. You deny that, or you admit that?
I deny that.
You sent an email to Jeffrey Lacasse saying that you wanted to break up, you needed space, right?
There is speculation that Wendy was trying to frame the murder on Jeff. I don't see it, but perhaps you do.
I did.
Sent him a long email, stay away, we're broken up. You knew that he was leaving on the same day of the murder at the same exact time as the murder.
I don't think I did.
11 a.m. on July 18, 2014.
I don't think I knew when he was leaving town.
The technical correct answer to that question should be no, but why is she not denying the fact that she doesn't know when the murder was to occur?
It's a good way to put the blame onto somebody else. You'd agree on that, right?
I have no idea when he was going to leave town.
Yet again, she doesn't deny when the murder was going to happen.
Your interview, July 18, 2014, you said, my brother, he joked about hiring a hitman.
Charlie Boy bought Wendy a TV when she got divorced as a divorce present, and then would joke to people that the TV costs less than having Dan killed.
If you found out that this was someone that you personally know, would that change your mind about what should happen to that person?
About what should happen to that person?
For prosecution purposes.
No.
If
somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Regardless of who it is.
I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother, but I don't think it was my family. Anyone outside my immediate family, that's a tough one.
That was either a Freudian slip or Wendy just being honest, but she informed the cops right there indirectly that old Charlie Boy was involved.
But I don't think my immediate family did this, so if it's anybody else, yeah.
Okay. Would you think that this guy Charlie would even be capable of doing something like this?
No.
Let's just talk.
He's the joker.
Perhaps that was you just planting a seed to divert the attention of law enforcement away from you.
It was not.
In the time after the murder, you changed their last names from Markel to Adelson, right? Why?
I was scared.
Of what?
Of someone coming to attack them.
Did you cause the death of Professor Dan Markel?
Absolutely.
Did you hire anyone to kill him?
I did.
It's a year later, you won't look at anything because you don't want to know what's going on in the case. The thought is, well, they're going to be protected if they have my last name and not Markel, right?
Yes.
Now, years later, arrests are made. It's clear who committed the murder, Sigfredo Garcia Luis Rivera. The Adelson name has been dragged through the mud. Why haven't you continued to protect your boys and changed the name back?
I'm not going to change the name back. I don't think that will help. One day I'll change all of our names.
My God, I feel sorry for the next guy she suckered, but mark my words, she'll find another guy.
What happened here, despite your claims to the jury that you haven't looked at anything, you haven't discussed with anybody, and you haven't confronted your brother, you know what happened here, right?
I do not know what happened here, and if I did, I would have shared it with the police 8 years ago.
You know that your brother went behind your back.
He got in the car with me and he asked me, do you know anybody that can harm someone?
Don't you?
I do not.
This is something that he has always done, isn't it?
Not.
You found out after that your brother had done this and gone behind your back. That's why you were thrown up at that dinner, right? If you're not going to say all of that and finally give the truth, why don't you just admit to this jury that you're guilty?
Because I'm not guilty.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
This testimony was at Katie's second trial. The first one ended in a hung jury despite us knowing that she had full involvement in killing Dan Markel. The Grandmaster, Chris DeCoste, was able to at least get some of the jurors to believe that she was not guilty. Wendy's mother, Donna Sue Adelson, is scheduled to start her trial in mid-August, and we are going to review all the prominent testimony from all three trials until that trial starts. But there is one thing that is clear. Wendy had nothing to do with the murder of Dan Markel.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
That's all I know. And he was like, "Can I see your ID?" And I was like, "Why are you laughing? I could be 18. So I was like, I love to be asked how old I am. I'm like, I'm old as dirt. I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh my god. I had like a little banter and he was like, "Your eyes are so blue." And I was like, "Thank you."
I was in love with this girl, man, so it was hard. And she really has this charisma and this sexuality, and so, he threw himself in front of a bus for this girl.